Once upon a time, in a land surrounded by lush green forests, clear lakes, and towering mountains, famous for its natural beauty, there was something missing. The people lived in constant gloom and unhappiness, far from appreciating the beauty around them, the blue sky, the chirping of birds, or the dance of the wind on the leaves didn't make anyone happy. Everyone struggled with their inner darkness, deprived of the tranquility nature offered. This village was known as the Village of Optimists. Yet despite the name, no one smiled, and no one was happy. Everyone's face was gloomy, and even the simplest joys had disappeared. From the windows of each house, every morning, the same dark sky could be seen, with shadows following the sun as it rose. These shadows symbolized a kind of darkness that existed among the people. This gloom had settled in every corner of the village, and no one even dreamed of escaping it. In this village, there was a boy named Alex. Alex always noticed the beauty of nature. He would watch the sunrise, listen to the birds' songs, and admire the colors of the flowers. Still, the villagers found his optimism strange, and sometimes mocked him. Alex, what good is being this optimistic, they would say. But Alex always carried hope in his heart, greeting each new day with joy and seeing the world through a different lens. One morning, Alex's closest friend Zara approached him. Her eyes dimmed with a lost light. Zara was sad, as if life was slowly swallowing her. Alex noticed the emptiness inside her and gently asked, "Zara, why are you so sad? There's a sorrow in your eyes. What happened?" Zara sighed deeply and began to speak. "Alex, everything is so hard. Every morning when I wake up, it feels like the world is getting darker. People are always unhappy, always sad. When will this village, these people ever be happy again? I don't understand it." Alex noticed the darkness in Zara's heart. Slowly turning to her, he said, "Zara, maybe people just see what they want to see. If we always focus on bad things, we will only see the bad. But if we look with our hearts, we can notice the beauty around us. Everything in nature carries goodness and beauty. Every day the sun rises, the flowers bloom. Perhaps that's a reminder of how valuable life is." Zara listened to Alex's words, but there was still a void inside her. Yes, the sun was rising, but it felt like the morning started the same way as the ones before, with the same darkness. Yet for a moment, Zara glanced at Alex's hopeful eyes and took a deep breath, thinking, maybe he's right. But at that moment, a small spark of hope began to form in her heart, though it had not yet grown. That evening, a stranger arrived from a distant place. As soon as the stranger stepped into the village square, he began calling out to the people in a loud voice, "Dear people, my name is Blue Wind, and I will give you the secret of optimism." The villagers, hearing someone make such a claim for the first time, looked at each other in curiosity. Slowly they gathered around Blue Wind. The stranger pulled out a golden box and took a small glowing stone from it. The stone illuminated the entire village square. "This stone will teach you to think positively. But be careful! If you do not use it properly, it will disappear." Alex was mesmerized by the light of the stone. Zara, however, was more cautious. She looked at Blue Wind with suspicion and asked, "Can this stone really make us happy?" Blue Wind smiled as he directed the light of the stone with his fingers and replied, "Yes, if you send the right thoughts from your heart, this stone will always guide you. But remember, to see the beauty outside, you must first find the goodness inside you. This stone is just a tool. The true power lies within you." Alex smiled at Zara. "This is it. Optimism starts in our hearts. With our eyes, we can only see the beauty outside, but true beauty comes from reflecting the light within us. If we have hope in our hearts, the world outside will also become beautiful." Zara thought about Alex's words. There was still some darkness in her heart, but what Alex had said felt like a ray of hope. She wanted to take one more step, to truly try using the power of the stone. The next morning, Zara and Alex began walking in the village square. Now, the village, affected by the light of Blue Wind's stone, had a different atmosphere. People slowly began to smile and greet each other, yet Zara still struggled to understand some things. Everything seemed similar to before. But when she was with Alex, she felt that something was changing. Alex observed the birds soaring in the sky, the flowers blooming in vibrant colors, and the wind making the leaves dance, and said, "Look, Zara, the world has never been this beautiful. If we have hope in our hearts, we can find beauty in everything." Zara tried to feel what Alex was saying in her heart. Indeed, something was starting to change. The villagers, too, slowly began to discover the optimism within their hearts. Beyond the light of the stone, optimism was not just about seeing the beauty in the world outside, but also nurturing the hope within. The people of the village began to see not just the beauty in nature, but also grew closer and more connected with one another. One morning, bad news reached the village. A great fire had broken out in the forest, and the flames were quickly advancing toward the village. The villagers immediately began shouting in panic. Zara, holding the stone tightly in her hand, looked at Alex in fear and asked, "Alex, will this fire destroy everything? What will we do?" Alex, seeing the fear in Zara's eyes, calmly said, "Zara, this fire is just a test, but every test presents an opportunity. If we work together and help each other, this village can return to its former beauty. Optimism is not about avoiding difficulties. It's about knowing how to approach them." Zara found strength in Alex's words. For a moment, her fear faded. Yes, the fire was a great danger, but maybe they could overcome this disaster by working together. The villagers, carrying buckets of water, fought hard against the flames. They cleared the paths, carried water to the fire, and put in great effort together. After the fire was extinguished, the villagers gathered and embraced each other. Zara approached Alex and said, "Alex, optimism isn't just about seeing beautiful things. It's also about being optimistic in overcoming difficulties." Alex smiled and replied, "Yes, Zara, every difficulty presents an opportunity. If we keep the optimism in our hearts, we can overcome any obstacle." From that day on, the village of optimists returned to its former beauty. But now, the villagers not only saw the beauty outside, but also learned to nurture the optimism inside. Zara never forgot what Alex had told her. Optimism is seeing with the heart, not just with the eyes. Over time, optimism spread beyond the village. People from surrounding villages began to hear about the new perspective of the village of optimists. Zara and Alex now often walked outside the village, meeting people from other villages. Alex told everyone he met about the beauty nature offered and the power of optimism. Zara was eager to be by his side and spread this message. They were becoming the light not only of their village, but of the entire land. One day, Zara and Alex realized that the stone's light wasn't just to see the beauty outside, but to find inner peace and discover deeper meaning. Their path had led them not just beyond the village, but into the depths of their hearts. The stone was merely a symbol. The true power lay within them. The people of the village began to see life as a whole. Optimism no longer just brought happiness, but it also gave them the courage to value each moment and accept the hard times. The village was no longer just known as the Village of Optimists, but also as the Village of Hope and Unity. And so the fairy tale ended with the villagers smiling at one another as the sun rose once again.
If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more magical tales. Your support means a lot, and by subscribing, you'll be the first to know when new stories are uploaded. Thank you for being part of our journey, and we hope to see you in the next adventure.